Hi, please welcome to the customer service in hospitality industry module. In this module, you will be able to learn what is the importance of customer service in hospitality industry and how you can improve it. So let's see what is this hospitality in customer service. Yes, customer service is especially important in the industry as it is the industry main product. In some industries, customer service is the main product. Some industries, customer service is the main product. So what are the industries like that? Okay, so we'll identify that. Therefore, unlike almost other industry, hospitality offers a non-tangible good. Okay, this is we call non-tangible. Tangible, not tangible, it's non-tangible. Service is non-tangible, which relies totally on the personality and skill of those providing it. I'm just reading the PPT. I can share the PPT as well. So it is said this is not a tangible product. It's a non-tangible. It's a service. Employees should remember that hotels guests usually arrive tired. Okay, now we are talking about hotel industry, where hospitality, where you can experience. Okay, so customer service in hospitality, especially we can experience at the hotel field, restaurants and hotels. So today the topic belongs to hotels and the restaurants. So employees should remember that hotel guests usually arrive tired. So they are arriving tired, and all they want is to get their room. Whenever a person is tired, when they come into hotel, what they want is a good room to get a rest. So comfortable room, right? So comfortable, and they want to take shower. So you must be able to understand that, okay, so the service should be in that way. We have to fulfill what that guest wants. So reception staff ensure that check-in brief and effective. So check-in must be super quick. Can't take much time because customer is so tired. Reception staff must understand customer well. And also restaurant clients arrive hungry, right? So restaurant clients arrive hungry and they expect to find a choice they like. So the staff who are working at restaurants, they must understand, like, okay, so guests are very hungry, so we must provide the right food, taste and food, right? Delicious food. So that is their duty. So these are the services are very, very important. Sometimes foreign customers like to try new things and are usually easier to please. Others are not envious and expect to find their regular fare. Yeah, some foreign customers, we say guest. Okay, in hotel industries we don't say customers, we say guest. So whenever they come, they may find different foods. Okay, whenever they go to different countries, they may find different foods. So in that case, you'll have to able to let them know. So what are the ingredients in it, right? About the food what you're offering. One thing you have to make sure in the hotel industries and restaurants, it should be clean and secure environment. So there are 4 things what your guests are expecting. Your hotel or restaurant should be clean, safe and secure. If it is not clean, safe or secure, that's no customer service. So customer service is like clean, safe and secure. That's the first one. The second one is good food and drink. Especially in hotels, restaurants, you must offer good food and drink. Good food, not bad food. Always you go for good food, fresh foods. Okay, sometimes some hotel owners, restaurant owners would think like, okay, why we waste food? So we can give it tomorrow. We can put it into the refrigerator and give it tomorrow. No, so customer pays you, right? Since customer pays you, you must give always a good food, a fresh food. And the third one is respectful service. We call respectful service. Why we say that? Your guest should be respectfully given service. So you have to give the service respectfully. So that the service they expect from you. So if you are not respecting, if you are rude to your guest, there's no customer service at all there. And the last one, the fourth one, is satisfaction of all other needs. Guest satisfaction is very important. I'm using the word here guest, not customer. Okay. So guest satisfaction is very, very important. Whenever they leave your restaurant or hotel, their satisfaction level should be high. So if you can fulfill these four, it means you are giving a good, super duper service to your customer. Now we'll see there are 12 steps of superior hospitality service. What's we call superior hospitality service? We call, in other words, we say exceptional service. We say star service, 5-star service. 12 steps of superior hospitality service. Okay, we'll see what are the 12 steps. So if you have a chance to work in a place like hotel or restaurant, if you are heading staff in customer service as a head, or if you are starting up a business, yes, this is very important to learn. The first one is maintain a pleasing environment. What does that maintain pleasing environment? First, let me read the PPT slide and I also explain you. Staff must ensure the establishment is decorated in an agreeable and identifiable style. All furniture in the building must be comfortable. Furthermore, background music and lighting should be used when and where appropriate. Okay, so here you see the maintain pleasing environment mean customers should be given a pleasure, delightful feeling whenever they come in. It's like seating should be very, very comfortable. The lighting, okay. So you see that, whenever you go to hotels or restaurants, you see the lighting is very, very different. And also the interior, ambience, these all are different. So you will have to set up that area to the comfortable, look at the comfortability to the customer, your guest. So what I suggest, you better go and check some videos in YouTube and see how the restaurants looks inside. And also, as a guest, you can also go to hotels whenever you have time, restaurants, and feel the experience. Look at the lighting. Look at the sofas, whether it's comfortable. Look at the music, what they have, what they put, whether it's hearable. So these are the things you'll have to notify. So observe and feel it. And also you must offer the same thing to your guest whenever you start up your own business or heading customer service staff in your particular field at a hotel or a restaurant. Number 2, make a favorable first impression. What is that? Upon arriving at the hotel or guest, customers should be welcomed by employees that are smiling and polite. Staff should be dressed in appropriate attire and conduct themselves with a professional composure. Okay, so this is like, first impression should be best impression as always. Whenever they step into your restaurant or hotel, staff should be dressed nice enough, right? So well mannered. They must have their guest should easily identify hotel staff or restaurant staff. There are many different departments available. Likewise, so hospitality officer there, guest relations officer there, person who are for kitchen, person who are for rooms. Okay, so they must be easily to identify you guys. So those staff should have separate uniforms. It should be very clean, and also they must welcome their guest with a beautiful smile. The smile is very, very important in the hospitality industry. The smile is very, very important. The smile, you can grab your smile always. So expand your cheek like this. So whenever you train your staff as a head, you must tell one thing. This is a character. So you must give the life to the character. So live the moment and give the life. Sometimes you can't smile by heart. It's not practical. But if you are into the character, you must act as that person. So person who are working for hotel industry or restaurant industry, smile is very, very important whenever they look at customer, whenever they meet customer. So this face expression is very, very important. You have to just expand the cheek like this. This is your ordinary face. It's your smiley face. You must do it. That is very, very important. If any staff doesn't have this facial expression, that staff is not fit for customer service. Not fit to meet your guests. That's very important. And the dress. Okay, the dress should be clean and a beautiful smile. You must welcome your customer. You must give a first impression is very, very important. Welcoming the customer. In some hotels, restaurants, they give some compliments. Whenever a customer comes, okay, they give a drink, welcome drink. So that is also important. The impression, how you are going to impress your customer. In your board meeting, you can talk about. You can get innovative ideas from your staff. How to give a good impression. Think about it. Number 3, train new employees. Training is very important, right? To ensure that all employees are sure of their duties and responsibilities, detailed job descriptions should be created for all positions. These will provide a guide for new employees and serve as a reference for more experienced employees. Yes. So it's like, you will have to give regular training to your staff, especially your new staff. The reason why we say give training to new staff, especially experienced staff, of course, they give good service to customer. There is no argument for that. There's no doubt for that. But a new staff has no idea what is the service we have to provide to the customer, because they have no idea, because they are very new, because they don't know who is their guest, because no experience. So sometimes if they give bad experience to guest, what will happen? That will debrand your beautiful brand, degrade your beautiful brand. So that is very, very important. So that the staff you are recruiting, they must be given a good training. Especially, they should know what is their job. So detailed job description you must provide to your staff. So go through one by one and tell them what they have to follow, what is their duty, what they must do. If they do not know what they have to do, that is the biggest problem. There are companies, whenever I used to consult companies. There were companies, many. What I found, when I interview staff, what they say, they had no idea what is their job. They know what to do, but 100% they are not sure what to do. 50%. That's very important. That is you must consider this is very crucial. Your staff should know what to do, not 50%, 100%. Job description is very, very important. Let me read the 4th one. Develop the professionalism of management and staff. So you have to develop the professionalism of management and staff. We say here management and staff, not only staff, management and staff. Experienced members of staff should be retrained of their core responsibilities as well as trained in new skills. This will prevent staff from adopting poor habits as well as constantly improving their skill set. Okay, this is like experienced staff must share their knowledge with new staff, as well as experienced staff also be given a good training regular basis, at least a quarterly or once in 6 months or once in a year, they must be given a proper training, experienced staff. And also experienced staff, they must give a knowledge sharing session to new staff. This should be monitored. So management should monitor this process, how it works inside. Management also, the management staff also be given enough of training regular basis. So if you have a chance to go for training, because these all are skills, sometimes we think like we do not need trainings, but skill basis we need to sharpen our knowledge. So to sharpen knowledge, you must attend trainings. The fifth one is establish systems of flawless communications in the business. What does it mean? Systems of communication should be established between all departments in the business. This ensures that any request or purchase a customer makes can be fulfilled as quickly as possible. Okay, this is like, whenever you look at the process. So the process should be the process are very sweet and short. Can't be a long process because, the end objective is to serve your guest, delight your guest. In order to delight your guest or serve your guest, you must quickly do your best. So you can't take time. Some hotels, restaurants, they have long processes. So you can't have that type of things. So between all the departments, you must have a quick communications. That is, we call establish systems of flawless communications in the business. So quick call, one or two steps must be given the solution to the customer, solution to the guest. Okay. Answer client questions. So number 6 is answer client questions. So you must be able to answer your guest questions. Whatever they ask, you must have that knowledge. If you do not have that knowledge, what you have to do is you will have to go and get the right knowledge from the right source, or you will have to refer to the right person. Don't just wash your hands and go off. Don't just pass the balls. Better you refer to the right person or get the information and provide. If you say like you don't know, if you say like no idea, it's not my department, that will bring a bad image to your hotel or restaurant. Okay, so that's very important. Number 7, accommodate all reasonable wishes of the customer. Okay, so accommodate all reasonable wishes. There are reasonable wishes and unreasonable wishes. So if it is reasonable, you must accommodate. Sometimes your guest would ask, okay, can I please have extra cup of tea? Okay, if a guest in a room sometimes would ask something, right? Can you please give this and that? So employees must understand, yes, this is my guest in my location, so I will have to take care. Some guests, unusual time, right? Sometimes they ask unusual time a coffee. In hotels, they call up and say, at that time, if you say like, I'm very sorry, sir, the kitchen is now closed. We can't provide you food. So you can simply say that because, your kitchen is closed, you can't provide coffee. Yes. But if you think like something exceptionally, if you can do, okay, so it's doable, right? There are things doable exceptionally. So you must have a backup plan. If your guest asks, okay, unusual time coffee, what I should do, you must have some sachet packets with you. You can provide at that time, though the kitchen is closed. That is okay. Likewise, you better check in your board meeting what are the unusual requests your guest would ask, right? So at that time, what is your backup plan? Are you going to say no? If you say no, that will impact your business as well as the service. Number 8, encourage team spirit. If a member of team is unexpectedly absent, another member should complete that person's duties for the benefit of the entire team. Yes, So that is we call team spirit. So if you are a team, sometimes if a person is absent, you will have to make sure to cover that person's work as well. You can't say like, no. Say, as an example, in a restaurant, the cashier is absent. You can't just say, it is cashier's job. I'm not able to do that job. I do only. I'm a food attendant. I do serve only my guest, so I can't go and do cashiering. No. So here is training is very, very important. We call shadowing. So during the train, shadowing mean particular period. So in your location, all the staff must be able to learn all work. So if you are a cashier, shadowing mean you say in a week or 2-3 days, you will have to go for another staff's work area, and you must learn it, observe and learn it. Other staff also learn your things. Likewise, all staff must be able to learn everyone's work, just learning. Why? That is the backup plan in case of absent. Staff can support each another. Why we do that? If we don't do this, what will happen? The end result is poor customer service. End result is waiting time may be high. End result may be customer is not satisfied. So please understand the importance. Number 9, amenities and present for the customer. What is it called? Amenities. Small things, in hotels, okay, especially in bathrooms. So they keep a little soap, brushes, and small things, right? This is called amenities. So this is you should present to the customer. Some hotels, whenever they step in, actually, guess what they think, like, okay, I don't need to bring brush. I don't need to bring toothpaste. These are the things, it's a pack you must be able to provide. Some hotels they do, some hotels they don't do. Hotels they provide, they actually consider about the customer's expectations, and they will bring up their brand up because of these amenities. So giving amenities also providing good customer service. So you see, sometimes you think like, okay, service wise we smile, we give good service, but if you do not have enough of amenities to provide, then that is guest will consider as bad customer service. That is also very, very important. Please remember that as well, right? And the 10th one, offer incentives for personnel. Let me read this. A mode of incentive is to have employees vote for the employees of the month. This method is notable in that it makes that feel appreciated by their co-workers as well as management. Yes, staff should be treated, staff should be recognized. That is a motivation. As I always say, if you are a head, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a manager who take care of a team, so you must identify the person who is giving a good customer service. Give the reward. Give a little incentive. So that will be a biggest motivation to that particular staff. You can bring up their name and tell everyone. So that person is giving a good super customer service. That will bring a joy as well as a motivation to that person to do more and more. The 11th one is supervision. So regular supervision is also very, very important. So sometimes you feel like, okay, everything is perfect. We are given a good training. We have enough of staff, and all the things are fulfilled. So we don't need to bother. No, that's not enough. You like to supervise. As a manager, you like to go and supervise if everything is okay, perfect. Observation and the supervision is very, very important to maintain this. As you know, we are talking about the 12 steps of superior hospitality service. Supervision is also very, very important. And the last one is management inspections. Supervision and the management inspections are different. Supervision means just you monitor, just go and see they all are okay. Management inspection, management, they have to come and inspect. The best way to evaluate the progress in quality services inspections, just like auditing. Okay, in regular company, it's like auditing. So both the regular internal and by surprise, the manager must create an inspection sheet for quality of performance. So this is like, management, they have to pop into restaurant or hotels or rooms. Okay, they will have to inspect how the service is going on. And also you can give this to third party as well. This we call mystery guests. There are companies, they do the service behalf of you. You also can do, and also you can give this task to third party management inspections as well as the third party guest inspections. Why? Then only you know if you have any lack of service, if you have any holes, you can patch up, you can bring it back as normal. So this is very, very important, right? Then your staff also would know, right, my manager will come and inspect, the supervisor as well, and also they come and inspect, right? So this is very, very important in order to maintain a superior service or provide a superior service. Now we'll see customer service in restaurants. So before, what we considered in hotel chains, now we'll see restaurants. Preparation of personal standards. Okay, so how we can provide good customer service in restaurants. Preparation and personal standards. So we are talking about preparation and personal standards. Okay, so there are a couple of things to consider. Now we'll see. Personal hygiene is very, very important. So under customer service in restaurants, preparation and personal standard is a subtitle. First one is personal hygiene. What is that? Staff must be showered before work. Yes. Health hygiene is very important. Okay. So you must educate your staff, especially who are serving foods. Okay. They must have a proper shower before they come to work. They can't sweat at all, right? Employees must maintain superb oral hygiene, brushing their teeth as well as using mouthwash. Yes, oral hygiene is also very, very important. If you do smoke regularly, you'll have to have a self checkup. If you have a bad breath, yes, must have a mouthwash, regular brush. So this is important. So the staff must carry a small pack with them, a grooming pack with them. So that is the module. Under this course, you will have to follow for personal grooming. In that particular module, we are covering what are the things you'll have to keep inside that grooming bag. Hair must be kept neat and combed. Okay. Hair must, because here you are serving foods. Especially in restaurants, you can cover up your hair by a cover. So hair covers are there. So hair nets are there. So you can cover up by a hair net. If not, so hair should be shortened, shortened. So you can't have like long hairs and, because, since you're serving foods, if it goes to that food, it will be a very bad experience to your customers. So that's important. So staff who are serving foods, so they must comb their hair and they must go for a style and put up a net. So hair can't come out. That is important. Male staff members must shave before they begin staff. Okay, the daily shave is very, very important. But these are the standards. What I wanted to tell you is some religion, according to the religions and cultures, they may have a beard. But if they have a beard, what they must do is they have to properly maintain it. Okay, so you can't grow up your beard. So I have seen some restaurants what they do, if they have a beard, if they don't want to shave because of their cultural or regional stuff, then they will have to put up a net for that beard as well. Some people do that. So you'll have to cover up that. Because if you're in a food industry, especially if you're serving customer, you'll have to avoid, you'll have to avoid such bad experience to give customers. In case if your hair falls to food, it's not a good experience to your customer, your guest. Yes, the fifth one is this is they are covering under preparation process standards under health hygiene, right? Staff must avoid using overpowering smelling cologne, perfume, or other cosmetics. Okay, so overpowered, strong colognes, strong scents, perfumes, you should not use. Why? So you must always give the experience of food smell. The food smell also giving a good experience, good taste, hunger to your guest. But if you are having, say you are a food attendant, you are a bearer, if you are having a strong perfume, then your guest will not get the right smell of food. They get your smell. If it is so strong, so there will be a mixture. So please avoid that. So better not to have strong perfumes, because we must always provide a good delicious food smell to customer inside the restaurant. Tattoos must be kept covered at all times, okay? In US and some countries, of course, tattoos are okay. So they, but this is okay. What we are teaching here, the standards, but according to the culture, so you can change your stuff. But the standard is, so if you're having a tattoo, you must cover it. Okay, so you must cover it. So especially restaurant staff, they have black color. Black color is the main color we say for restaurants, so they can wear neat black color clothes in the restaurants. Now we'll go to the dress code. Number 2 is dress code. Uniforms should be perfectly clean and pressed. You must iron your uniform. Okay, can't have wrinkles, right? So should be ironed. Clean, dark, comfortable shoes should be worked with clean socks. Clean, dark, comfortable shoes. Okay, your shoe should be comfortable, dark. Since it is slippery most of the time in restaurant, so you will have to match. You'll have to always go for a nice shoe, because we used to mop always, right? Restaurant floor. Sometimes whenever you go rushly here and there, you make it fall. So that make sure to wear the right shoe. It should be clean and dark. A cotton shirt should be worked under the uniform shirt. Okay, so you must always go for a cotton shirt. It means your underwear. You mean the inside, the upper part should be a cotton wear. Why? Whenever you get sweat, okay, that will absorb to the cotton wear. So that is the reason why we say inside your shirt, okay, or blouse, your shirt, you must wear cotton wear, cotton garment. No jewelry is appropriate except for wedding bands. Okay, so no jewelry is appropriate except for wedding bands, engagement rings, and small earrings. Okay, so this job, you don't need to showcase all the jewelries what you have. So you can have it after your work. So at the work time, during the work time, what we expect you to wear the appropriate jewelry. So wedding ring is okay, but more than that, bangles and everything, if you are wearing, that is not good whenever you serve your customers, serve your guests. Name tags should be worn at all times. Your name tag is very, very important. Why? Otherwise, how do your guests know who you are? They are not comfortable then. How do they call you? If they know your name, they are so comfortable to call you. You don't need to introduce yourself also, because your name is there. And also name, whenever you display your name, if you have a long name, better you shorten it, right? So there are names customers can't read it. Sometimes you also can't read it. It's very difficult. So some foreigners, whenever they step into your restaurant, right? So they can't read some names. Yeah, their pronunciations are, they are not able to some. As an example, if I ask you to read a Chinese name, it's little difficult. Some they also feel the same thing. So that if you have a long name, please shorten it. Okay. And we say the third one is mise in place. Mise in place means put in place. You like to put the things on right place. Before opening, all tables should be set with clean tablecloths, polished silverware, glassware, and china. China mean we call all the plates, right? That is we call china. Salt and pepper dispensers must be refilled, and chairs should be placed in their proportion. Okay, so you must put in place before opening. You must go and check up all your china is ready, right? All chinas are ready. Salt, pepper dispensers are fulfilled. The sauce all are ready. Okay, you can't say like to your customer, we don't have sauce, sir. We need to refill. No, you will have to refill before you open up, right? Your tables are clean, tablecloths are there. Everything you must check up before open up in the restaurant. So during the service, following a sitting, the tabletop should be crumbled and placemats be changed before seating the next guest. Okay, so during the service, so you must see after your guest goes up, you will have to quickly change the table mats and the cutleries and all stuff. You must clean the table. So that is you must watch, right? You know why each and every customer they expect pure service from you. So if you're offering a good service to one customer, after they go off, right, you will have to again start up to the next customer the same service. You can just continue, where you dropped. So all customers are treated in a good manner. So during the service also very, very important. Do not seat guests if the table is not completely set. Yes, of course. Before your guest comes, your table and everything should be neat. Your seat should be neat. After the guest goes off, right? Your guest goes off, you will have to set up your table, get ready, then you invite your next guest to come in. Say, if it is not ready, if you do not have time to set up this, let your guest to wait in the waiting area. Quickly do it. Let them know what you are going to do. So if your restaurant is busy, you must have a lobby to wait your guests until you get ready the tables. Then they can come off, right? They can come up. You can tell them, sir, we are going to clean up everything for you. We are going to get ready the table for you. So please be seated in the lobby. We'll call you. Likewise, you'll have to quickly do it and call them up. After service, all tablecloths should be replaced in preparation for the following services. Of course, each and every day, whenever you close up, right? So you will have to mop it, clean up. All the health hygiene is very, very important, right? How you start up, yes, of course, you'll have to end up as the same. Because you will have to get ready for the next day as well. So whenever you have a good ending, yes, of course, good beginning next day. It will be easier to you. Number 4 is maintain responsibility for your section. So each and every section, you must take the responsibility. Staff should be given responsibility. Team leader should be taken the responsibility. So what is your responsibility? Okay, the kitchen staff, they must take responsibility to look at their cutleries and all stuff. You mean food making equipments and everything. So the person who are serving guests, So they must also take responsibility. Likewise, you must understand what are the responsibilities. Write it down and give them, and let them know whether they have done it. So end of the day, so they must sign the responsibility sheet whether they have done it on that particular day. So that is the reference you can have. As a manager, you can see whether they have done their responsibility, properly done their job. Okay, the fifth one is follow instructions. So without question, sometimes, the duty manager may say something. At that time, though it is right or wrong, in front of your guest, you can't argue. You can't go for any argument. At that time, you have to behave yourself. Quickly, you have to do what your manager says. As a manager, you must also understand what you say to your staff. In front of your guest, you can't embarrass. You can't embarrass your staff. You can't be rude to your staff. Whatever it is, you will have to talk personally. Personally, you give the feedback to your staff. You can't give feedback in front of guests. It's an embarrassment. Staff who are working under manager, please listen to your manager, supervisor, whatever they say. You can't argue though they are right or wrong. It's okay. In front of guests, you do it at the time. So thereafter, personally, you can have a private chat with your supervisor. If it is anything wrong, yes, of course, you can talk, where you had that fault, the problems. You can identify that. But in front of guests, you can't show up your anger. You can't show up your tiredness, everything, because it's a game. It's a drama. You will have to show like you are happily work. Then only your guests also think like you are happily giving the service. They will get happy. So if you are in a sad mood because of a bad conversation with your other staff, your guest would think like they will be given bad service because of your bad mood. Number 6, deal with disputes calmly and discreetly. If a number of employees have a disagreement, they must be dealt calmly and without offending each other. Furthermore, they must deal with the private and away from the customers. Okay, this is like, between colleagues, between staffs, not between manager and staff. Here, this is like staff. They also may have disputes, right? Disagreements, arguments. So you can't show the same thing. You can't show that you anger in front of your guest. Whatever the arguments, you must deal after hours. After hours, you better talk to your colleague and say, hey, what you have done was wrong. We will have to correct this. Or you can complain to your supervisor. That is okay. But during the work time, in front of customers, in front of guests, you can't show up. You can't show up your attitudes. Okay? So that is very, very important. That is very, very important. You must act always. It's a drama. You must act into the character. And we'll see restaurant service essentials. So now we will look at restaurant service essentials. So you must have a proper welcome. Welcome to the customer. Welcoming is very, very important, right? So whenever your guest come into the restaurant, you must give a proper welcome. Say hello, good morning. You must greet. Say hello, right? Say, according to the time you say good morning or good evening or good afternoon, you can say that. Acknowledge the client. Before being seated, every guest should be acknowledged by all floor personnel passing by. Even if the staff are carrying trays at the time, a light nod of the head is sufficient, especially in a more formal restaurant. Okay, this is like what we say. All the staff, whenever they see customers, guests, they have to just nod their head and have a smile. So that is like showing you are so friendly. Staffs are very friendly to the guests. So if you think like, okay, this is not my customer, why I should smile at this customer? Why I should smile at my this guest? That won't work. You know why? To you, sometimes guests are different. It's not your guest to you. Maybe your colleague's guest. but to your guest, but for that particular guest, they consider as one restaurant. They don't say this is that customer's restaurant or this customer's restaurant-wide one restaurant. You are representing the restaurant name, restaurant brand. Since you are representing restaurant brand, though is not your customer, you must always smile whenever you look at it. You just nod your head like this, hello, say hello. That is very, very important. Table service. As the patrons arrive at their table, their waiter should pull out their chairs. The menu should be presented to the right of the customer and open to the correct page. Yes. So bearer should pull out the chair, let customer to sit, and offer the menu card. Open up the menu card and show it. You have to open up the menu card and show it. So you have to, that is the service you have to provide. Be acknowledgeable. Always, you will have to acknowledgeable. Whenever a customer asks something, you have to quickly go and give the attention to the customer. Customer need that attention. Move gracefully. Servers should be moved around the dining room clumsily, but rather than to move as gracefully as possible. Okay, so here you don't need to have any rush. You don't need to run. Professional, you have to maintain the professionalism. You gracefully move, because you are working with all foods and cutleries and china, so that move gracefully. Be discreet. During service, servers should try to be almost invisible. Address the guest only when necessary, such as when taking orders, serving food and beverages, and collecting the check. Okay, so you don't need to present at all time with your guest, because you have to give their personal space. Most of the guests, the reason why they come, they have to have a personal chat with their partners, members who are coming in. So at that time, you don't need to present there always, because it's like you're breaking up their private talks, right? So they don't want that stuff. They don't tell you to go out, but you must understand that. So what you do, you have to present whenever you take orders, whenever they call you, whenever they need assistance, and whenever you give the invoice, the bill. So during their food experience, so you don't need to go and what I say is, you don't need to go and keep on asking, how may I help you, sir? No, you don't need. But at one time, after finishing everything, you can just go and ask how the food was. Was it good? Right? Likewise, you can ask after everything is over. So during the experiencing hours, so don't go and give unwanted trouble, right? That's not good. Use and underline. Use and underline mean whatever you offer, better you use underline. So you like a tray. Whatever you give, the menu card also, whenever you offer, it must be given by a tray. Whatever the salt, whatever. So underline is very, very important, right? So whenever we give some money to someone, right, what we do, we put into the envelope and give. That is we call envelope with the underline. Likewise, so in a respectful manner, you will have to offer always to your consumers. Let's look at here management in the hospitality industry. As a manager, what you have to do? The first thing is building a team. The manager should encourage the creation of teams. Teams in a hospitality business should have a hierarchy. The team at the top of this hierarchy will consist of the heads of department with the managers as the team leader. In turn, each head of department will create teams in their own department. These teams will all have an equal level of importance in the organization. It's like, so every team must have a head, and also they must understand the responsibility. Everything should be escalated as per the hierarchy. So under level staff, if anything happens, quickly as to escalate into the next level. So next level staff into next, likewise hierarchy. So last point is the head of the department. So he should also get to know what is happening in the department. So everything will be notified to the next level. So that is the main idea of this. So main responsibility should be taken by the head of the department. So he should divide into teams and monitor and also supervise what's going on. The second thing is conducting meetings. As a manager, during a meeting, manager should arrange for someone to take their phone calls. Okay, so during the meeting, his phone calls, he may miss phone calls, so he must arrange someone to take phone calls, because phone calls are very important, internal or external calls maybe. Prevent interruption by other employees unless it's an emergency. So during the meetings, of course, no one can interrupt because it's also essential. Meeting is very, very important, crucial. So manager has to everything organized prior. So during the meeting can't be any interruptions. In case of emergency also can interrupt, can come and talk to the manager. Have their desk neat and free of distractions. Especially manager must see that during the meeting time, desk should be very neat. There is something to write. So manager should provide all the staff to write down their notes, pens and paper, everything. Keep focused. Avoid being distracted by stimuli in the room. Yes, of course. You will have to always focus on what you are doing. Though have any disturbance or distractions, you will have to always focus on what you are talking about. You can't talk about your personal matters, your other stuff. What you are going to talk, that is very important. Maintain eye contact with employees. You like to maintain eye contact. So we have already learned what is eye contact. Whenever you talk to an employee, you have to maintain it. Whenever you speak to a person, you have to look at the triangle, eye contact triangle. You know what it is. So you have to look at the eye contact triangle and maintain it. Maintain control of the dialogue. Yes, of course, you can't be emotional. Sometimes emotions may give you a trouble. So you can't speak unwanted stuff. Necessary stuff only you have to speak about. Stick to their agenda. Defer other subjects which are brought up to the next meeting. Yes, of course. What the relevant thing only you must talk. Irrelevant things or anything beyond the meeting stuff, yes, of course, you can postpone to the next meeting. You don't need to carry out those stuff to the current meeting. Important things only you have to always consider to speak out. Avoid taking notes. Avoid taking notes mean you must take notes. Okay, so sometimes staff may think like, okay, we don't need to take notes, so don't do that. So do not allow that. Ask all of them to take notes, and you must see the reflection. Whenever they come back again to the next meeting, they will have to tell what they have done, because if you are speaking out for a problem, they have to tell what they have done as a solution. So that meeting notes is very, very important. Managing change. As with all aspects of life, change is constant in the hospitality industry. Managers must be able to accept this change and ensure that it does not negatively affect the customer service of their business. Indeed, they can use change as a catalyst for improving customer service. Yes, changing is very, very important. If you are not able to change, customer will get changed. They will change you, right? So before customer change, before guest change you, you must be able to change according to customers' expectations. So because we always go for standards. Yes, standards are important, but according to trends, we will have to change. So if you say in your area, okay, so you'll have to first identify what type of customers are coming to your restaurant, what the expectations, right? So according to that, you must cater. So you must be able to change your mechanism and everything, the infrastructure, your interior, everything. Process also, sometimes your maybe the dress also, sometimes you see different restaurants have different styles, different uniforms. Yeah, because have to change. Fourth one is quality control systems. Quality, we call this QCS. Another method of ensuring excellent customer service in hospitality business is quality control systems. There are a number of different QCS, including TQM. TQM means Total Quality Management, QoS, Quality of Service, and SASQ, Systems Approach to Service Quality. You must know these names, right? QCS, TQM, QoS, SASQ. While all these systems have their own unique aspects, they are quite similar and have the same aim: increasing the efficiency of a business customer service program. Okay, so quality control systems, so QCS, TQM, SASQ. So these are very, very important in order to maintain the quality. Okay. Now we'll look at our last slide. Managers should implement QCS in the following way. So now you know what is QCS. Don't ask what is QCS. Quality. What is quality control system? Okay. So how, as a manager, you can improve the QCS? In your examination, sometimes you would get a question like, what are the QCS methods? Okay, what are the QCS methods restaurants do? Right? So answer is in the last slide. So now we'll see how to implement QCS as a manager. Each manager must know his role in depth and perform his duties perfectly, leading his subordinates by example. Manager should know what is his responsibility and also should show by an example, work by an example, live by an example. He must understand, manager should understand what is his responsibility, and it shows, okay, this is. Sometimes manager also does floor mopping. Don't think like, I'm a manager, why I should do that. Because if the responsibility is cleaned environment, if there is dirt, no one is looking at, manager should quickly go and do it. Manager should clean it. Whenever staff look at that, staff will get to know, okay, it is our responsibility. We are for first manager does, so we will have to do it. So that is the way you will have to provide the example, where to work in example. Orientation of new employees and training of new and existing staff must be ongoing. Orientation of new employees, it means whenever you take a new employee to the company, restaurant, you must give a brief introduction about the company, about the restaurant. You must take them everywhere. Okay, you must show up all the places, all the foods what you are providing, every past experience about your clients, menu, everything you must show up. Demand of highest level of work performance each worker is able to achieve. It's like, your staff must have the capability to achieve all the tasks what is given. So you must identify who are the staff can accommodate that. So who have that capacity. So you have to see that, look at. So give the right credit to that staff, and also you have to bring all the staff to accommodate the same capacity, right? So they all must have the same capacity. So any level of work they must be able to do. So you must bring up that's your core duty. The last one is perform in-house quality inspections at regular intervals, as well as surprise checks. Yeah, observations and surprise checks are very, very important. then only, this is not we call micromanaging, but you will have to just come and see if everything is okay. Let them know that you are checking, not because of they are not doing their job. You are checking, it is your responsibility. That's why you do. Let them know that. You must appreciate always your staff and say, I know that you are working. I know that you are doing good. But the reason why I came here to see everything is okay with you. If you want any help, let me know. Likewise, as a manager, if you can do these things, of course, you can implement your QCS quality, right? So you can maintain your quality. That's very, very important, right? So you can. So that is, we talked about QCS. So today's activity, now we'll talk about the today's activity, not this week activity. What you have to do is, so you will have to go to one of restaurant or hotel. Sometimes you are busy. If you are busy, what you do, just you can go a video tour. Just go to YouTube. As a guest, you find out, okay, how their service is provided according to our learning. Okay, according to our learning, are they good or bad? So good services, if you as a guest, okay, so there are two ways you can do this. You can go to restaurant as real. If not, you can go for a video tour and please experience the way the service what they provide. Okay, in that particular video, the videos, so you must understand the way they provide. So in order to give a superior service, what you think, additional stuff, okay, except to this learning, additional stuff, what you can give from your end. So if you are a supervisor, if you are the head of one of restaurant or hotel, right, just write down 5 things. At least 5 things is enough. 5 to 10 things. So please write down how you can superior service to your guest, right? So innovative ideas are welcome. So better you write down. As a head, how you can improve customer service in your restaurant. Okay, so you can go for a video tour if you don't have time. If not, please go to a restaurant, dine in. Okay, dine in while you're dining. Or you don't need to dine in, just you go in and look at and see what are the good things they do, bad things they do. So if you are the manager of that particular restaurant, how you can bring up, what are the changes you can do. That is we need. So 5 things, please write down. So that is the activity, and send it to the lpa.srilanka@gmail.com before next Sunday. Then we'll meet up with another wonderful module next week. Thank you very much.